thankfully don't have to put in quite as much effort to potentially bridge a gap. But, oh, Banshee going in for a very aggressive push here and is immediately going to get shut down by Padge. This should give the information across that it is going to be an A push. They've pushed the entirety of BBL off of the site. This should be a pretty easy spike plant. And they start to pull out into main, but again, we spoke about Xecriona and the flanks. She's already on it again. Back on her shenanigans. Doesn't die despite getting distracted by the alarm bot. Miiizzy doesn't fire in on her and Miiizzy dies for that mistake. Xecriona is able to push in here again. Oh, getting those pot shots in onto Sia, trying to finish that off, and it is going to be the right click that shuts her down. We're seeing RIX going very aggressive into the defensive spawn. They know that they have to. They cannot afford to lose another player. 1 versus 3 here. The alarm bot's going to give away the information. The knife is out. She somehow survives with the frenzy.
Still like to hit the A side. It's going to be making sure that that angle is safe, but here comes the full stack. Here comes the momentum. There's the paranoia. There's the flash.
And it's a full rifle round for BBL Queen, so we are expecting them to come out on top. They'll start to get those first kills, but oh, RIX just oh wow, they were so good at taking control of the site, but they just lied.
Interestingly enough, they haven't tried to go for these sort of flank shenanigans as RIX have been punishing. Xecriona much happy to just, with that judge, hold a frontline, hold an angle, and wait for them to walk into you. Dark cover allows her to get so much more aggressive.
No
way.
ways.
You were expecting, and she's able to find so much. But Miiizzy, peeking out from garage, is able to actually clear the sight of everyone except the Omen, and they should be able to potentially get.
No, she spots her out there. While that owl drone was out, she could very possibly have been able to get that shot, but the timing is just a little bit off. Now Eva knows that she's there, hears the sound of the spike getting planted, and Kim has to somehow 1v2 this. Now there's a couple of angles that need to be covered. Oh, and as she tries to cross over towards C, well, there wasn't one. RIX playing this far more patiently than what they usually do. They're sending a lurk towards the B site as well, but Nariel has spotted out one. Isn't able to spot out more than that, but is going to give the information. Why is no one checking? Oh, and Raina goes down. Thankfully, Kim and Padge are there to kind of sweep up the mess a little bit. Now they've given themselves listening for footsteps, listening for rotations. Sia makes her way in onto the site, gets a ton of damage across. Isn't able to quite connect the final shots, and there you go. Miiizzy on the lurk. She's going to take down her imposter. And the imposter. Only 2 players left, 1 player left alive here for BBL. You gotta wonder, what's the play? Who died?
The dark cover's run out, and then they walk into Banshee. Is the answer?
They die.
So it's die 2, the sequel.
Die another round. That's.
You only die twice? No, they died a little bit more than twice. But Padge is actually onto this A site. Is going to once again fall to the operator as Banshee is just making it look so effortless. Pops knives.
Never mind.
Nah, not gonna find the ace.
Raina's
been able to find free with the Vandal. Has the Hunter's Fury. Spike is down. It's actually gonna force the defensive lockdown to come through, but minemosynE miss. But at the same time, it is just that tragic timing. And now minemosynE not really wanting to stay on that high ground. Rolling Thunder going to be coming through, entirely catching everyone on that C side. Now allows RIX the safest passage onto the C long. Just run the operator back through.
I love the attempt there with the paranoia as well, just to try and slow things down, but it doesn't hit everyone, and the site gets, understandably, completely overrun by RIX. Now Nariel, getting caught in a swapping between knife and gun. It does happen, and that that's an orbital strike. It seems like a little bit of an overcommitment here, but Eva trying to really shut this. No ways. Okay, I'm half expecting a shorty here.
I mean, they've got to. There's the dash! No! They don't check the crates!
Oh, you're not expecting someone to be holding out there. You're expecting something in garage, and a beautiful flash is going to come through there as well, just to set Xecriona up for a beautiful shot. Now, unfortunately, Miiizzy does get one, but is shut down by Eva. And a round that RIX should have come out on top of with
they just invest both flashpoints to making sure that Sue was clear. And that's the fault line, making sure that they can actually get onto this spike. Yes, they've got the Hunter's Fury, but so too do BBL, and that's going to delay the spike location that revealed. They're not able to pick up Xecriona, but you just 28 seconds left on the clock. You still haven't got spike down. You haven't even been able to go through hell. It's just Kim against the world. Aldrin gonna be picking them up. There's the aftershock! Beats the attention all of these angles. BBL not going to be holding close, but now they start to backstab in. RIX are looking behind them. They should notice, but at the worst possible timing, they give up the angle. And BBL should be able to make it just a little bit more safely through lobby. So it's not yet clear though.
Yeah, there's this flank coming around the corner. Miiizzy is holding the angle. Oh, well, there you go. The other hand angle is being held by Sia. So that's... Oh, and there you go. The swing out as well. Beautiful information there. Tries to go for a scope in at close range, but the operator is definitely unfavored in those sorts of engagements. So he's going to lose out on that battle, and BBL Queen's going to have to save here.
Yeah, RIX doing a very good job of acknowledging that the op is going to get as many rounds on the attack as they possibly can, because this is when they can truly use the stim beacon and be unpredictable.
Oh, well, here we go. Immediately getting in onto the C site. Spike's going to get planted straight away, and Miiizzy again is on a bit of a wild flank here. Needs to play this a little bit more carefully. Can she get this kill? Oh, it's a 1 versus 2. She opts to pull out. Fair enough, but she's keeping 2 players distracted. That's going to slow down a retake. And look at the cross angle. It's not enough to save her, though, as 2 players from RIX go down in a very unfavorable position for some reason. Sova pulls away and not able to save her teammate. Now, BBL with everything available to themselves, they're just gonna clean up.
Gonna be on C long. Stim beacon giving them just that little extra speed. Nanos while making it so much harder though for RIX to walk forward, and it's allowing BBL set up this crossfire, but they're able to pick out Xecriona, so they don't have to worry about a flanking Killjoy. Instead, they have to worry about a flanking Breach.
Well, nothing slows down RIX at this point. They just push themselves in straight in onto the site, get that spike down. C site, it's their home. It's what they enjoy to do. Flash is going to come out. That's going to allow Padge to die because it doesn't actually hit anything. The paranoia is going to force Miiizzy out of Garage. We're going to see a Rolling Thunder come out again. That's just going to slow down everyone moving in through Garage, and Raina was trying to play so far back, trying to use some of that util in the post plant, and she gets taken out of commission. Now RIX, despite a very strong start in this round, have traded out in the worst possible way, 1 versus 1. It's all down to Miiizzy, but there's no time. Surely not. Surely not. No!
Oh, no.
The cloud burst! She gets off! They start to see that, alright, there's a big move happening towards the A site, so she's going to go on a bit of a lurk. No Cypher available for a trap wire, so she could get herself into a very spicy position. And in the meantime, there'll be a nice little trade here in on the site, and as we've said, trades tend to favor the attackers, and Eva finds herself in a defensive position here in sewers, waiting to see, does someone check her? Does someone look for her? Oh, the flash comes through. The communication is so good. Eva has to go for the reload. Sia opts not to swing it. You know what? It's a valid trade. Now with the last couple of players left alive here, Nariel has to somehow clutch this one out, has to somehow stop the defuse. Kim still has that available and have to somehow make up that deficit. I mean, you can see how deep Padge is playing here. She's managed to yoink one of those rifles. Is anyone expecting her to be there? Oh, 2 kills? Oh, that's not good, BBL. They've given over a free extra kill. The first kill you can kind of understand. The second kill is a bit of a misplay. Now, Eva, a little bit of a shoulder peek there, baits out the swing from Raina, but it's immediately traded back. Somehow Eva has to clutch this out. And on a previous map where RIX were not able to win on their bonus round, this is looking like they could just repeat that. Oh no, Kim getting caught on the retreat. All Eva has to do here is plant and hold the line.
10 seconds.
It is Sia that's still left alive. She's not going to have a ton of utility available, but oh, Eva with the swing a lot. As we see Nariel moving up towards B with Xecriona. Unfortunately, Xecriona is going to get taken out, so it is a nice little trade-off there. Fault line comes out to buy a bit of time as they start the rotation across. But Miiizzy is the queen of off angles. No one is expecting her to be anywhere ever, and somehow she continues. Got a read on what RIX are doing. So instead, they're going to look to kind of funnel in through Garage. The knives are going to miss, but Nariel will follow it up nicely. Unfortunately, Kim and Raina will swing out, create a very deadly crossfire. And yet, despite that, the combined powers of BBL managed to bring it down to a 2 versus 2. They've also managed to pick up a couple of guns for themselves. So they've turned this into a very winnable round. Rolling Thunder is going to come out. We weren't sure if we would see that get committed. Well, it looks like we will. That's going to buy them a little bit of time to at least get that spike down. Glad to see RIX opt not to invest the lockdown here. Would have been a little bit of an over-investment. Oh, wait. Oh, they actually do. They were just repositioning it. And it didn't. Is it happening?
Seems
Are we
it's
actually seeing
going to be a B
hit?
push.
Oh, this could be the first one we're seeing. And they actually are. They're taking control of Connector. They're pushing straight through. And they've stopped. Okay, they're just pushing in towards A. Man, I got so excited there. And tough spot. That Hunter's Fury could have been devastating. minemosynE on that flank is able to get that first kill, but oh man, Raina, she's just so good. She's been so consistent. And the spike will finally get planted. This is why I've never been the hugest fan of B executes. They're so difficult to get right, and with only 2 players left alive, holding this is going to be so difficult. That makes it that little bit easier though, as you even out the numbers here. And that stim beacon's gonna come out, help you rush in onto the site, but the nano swarm is there to. Oh my god, Sia! With RIX having hit double digits before BBL, we are at a little bit of a difference to what we've seen on that first map, and Sia opens things up, but immediately that trade is gonna come out, which of course will favor BBL, and the A site is more or less free and clear with 2 play. Oh, the slight miscalculation on the tailwind there. Padge takes full advantage of that. She's able to get herself out of dodge there, but takes a lot of damage on the way out. There's so much utility here, forcing her off of those angles, forcing her down into hell, and while she's able to get 1 kill, she's immediately taken out. It's 1 versus 2 here. Raina dropping those shock darts from the sky, trying to stop the plant from coming through, but it's not on default, and it wasn't even being planted at the time. Now she's going to be caught in the middle of a crossfire. It's a 50-50 check.
She doesn't check the angle.
Ensues. Padge cannot afford to make a misstep here. She's got a suspicion, she's got an inkling, but it's going to be Banshee that gets that first kill, and Padge denied from getting even 1 kill. Raina is able to get something, but BBL now have everything that they need. They've used so little utility. So once that spike's down, they have everything available to themselves. They still have 4 ultimates, which they're unlikely going to need in this round, as RIX try to retake with only 2 players left alive. Now it is Sia and Miiizzy, and Sia has come up really big previously, but with Miiizzy taken out, it's going to be absolute heroics that are necessary here, and I don't think she's got it in her.
Save the gun. Save the gun. He was able to be down.
Run away!
Yeah,
the answer is not very much. They got an orbital strike. Not too sure when they're actually going to get an opportunity to do that. So they're opting for one of their signature aggressive plays, but these have been backfiring so many rounds in a row. And in a round as important as this one, they get...
The C site has Miiizzy and Cubby.
Xecriona on her lurks. No, she's back on her nonsense. She's able to get that kill, and now, okay, Miiizzy does get 1 over on the C site. Spike's heading over towards A now. They know, I mean, everybody's dead. Miiizzy somehow has to, I think she would have been able to pick up that rifle. I didn't see if she actually did, but she would have been able to. So
Problem is, she's got the lockdown, but there's a Hunter's Fury available for BBL, so you can't even try and move on to the site. With that. And in fact, BBL are going to be starting it off with a lockdown of their own. Has been able to trade up into the Vandal. Does not know where the members from BBL are playing. You can't save. You have to go in. It's match point. There's the lockdown coming through. And there's the Hunter's Fury to destroy it. At least you can use this to try and trace where the server is playing from. But again, you have to tap the spike. You don't actually contest the crossbar.